As you might have seen in my other videos, I was recently in Chiang Mai at the vegan festival, and while I was there I did a couple of interviews, and I'm gonna show one of them right here right now. It's with a young man, only 14 years old. Kevin is his name. He's a really inspirational person, so young but already so passionate about really important things in the world like human rights and animal rights. He decided to go vegan when he was 11 years old. None of his friends or family was vegan. He just did it all by himself, and he just knew it was the right thing. And in this interview he explains his vegan journey and also what he's most passionate about, and it's a really inspirational interview, and I hope you're gonna get something good out of it. So here's the interview, and enjoy. Hello Kevin, do you want to tell us a bit about yourself?
Sure, so my name's Kevin, I'm 14 years old. I have a YouTube channel as well. I just renamed it to Kevin the Vegan, so you guys can check that out. I went vegan in 2013. Do you want me to talk about my vegan story?
Yeah.
Awesome. So, yeah, my school at the time just hosted a mini triathlon, and I remember, really looking forward to it. I was always on the athletic side. My diet was crap. It was the same as most people on the standard Western or standard American diet, which I always find amusing, that standard American diet, SAD diet, the sad diet, because I mean it is a really goddamn sad diet. But yeah, so they hosted a triathlon, and I remember, I played football or soccer at the time so much, and my running was pretty good. My running still today is pretty good. I'm a triathlete now. Searched up on YouTube, as you do, top 10 cycling tips or something along those lines, and of course came across Durian Rider, aka Harley. Is he here? Yeah. Oh, he's there, right there, yeah. And I remember that video, I was like, damn, this guy knows what he's talking about. So, started watching some of his other videos, and he talked about, he had a picture of Freely up there, and it said, she's vegan. I was like, the hell is a vegan? Searched it up, it's like, someone that doesn't eat, or consume or use any animal products. I'm like, why? Why would you do that? What kind of tree-hugging moron hippie would do that? And lo and behold, that was what changed everything. Those two videos changed my whole life, from veganism to everything else I do to where I am right now, and this interview and talking to everyone here. And I ended up watching Earthlings, free documentary on YouTube made by Mercy for Animals, I believe. Oh my god, that stuff it's scary, especially for someone that has been conditioned to think a certain way and has been lied to so much and told that it's okay to eat meat, dairy, eggs, honey, all that, sort of stuff. Very briefly, I got to the 10-minute mark, and I was just talking about pets, and at the time I just got a cat. It's like, oh yeah, okay, cool. I adopted a cat at that time, not out of a conscious decision, just because it was the easiest thing to do. I was like, okay, cool. Now I know I'm not going to buy a dog or a cat or anything. It's like, great. And then I started talking about meat, meat and dairy, and I was like, wow. And I remember crying myself to sleep that night, and as soon as I woke up, still thinking about it. I had nightmares about that for so long, and to this day I still haven't finished it. From that morning, as soon as I woke up, I was like, okay, I'm not eating meat anymore, I'm going vegan. So, transition to veganism, try to go vegan overnight, and of course, I will still say that I went vegan overnight, but here and there weren't slip-ups, but there were things that I didn't know weren't vegan. There were things that had a bit of milk in it that, I didn't really realize at the time or whatnot, so, even to this day, a couple months ago I had a drink and it had honey in it, and I didn't realize that until afterwards, but as long as you're not consciously doing it, I learned from that. Next time, okay, double check the ingredients, make sure it's not there, so nothing too much to worry about. My parents' reaction, it's a fad, right? Of course, first month, it's a fad, you're a teenager, or you're becoming a teenager. It's kind of like the music I listen to now. They thought, okay, I listened to some weird music, and they, probably thought, hey, I'm not going to listen to it in a month's time. Nope, it wasn't a fad. A month later, still doing it. And then, of course, that's when, out of love and care, they ask questions. And as ignorant as it seems, they genuinely want the answer. They're not saying it to try and make you slip up. They're not saying it to make you go back to eating meat. They're not saying it because they hate you. They're saying it because they genuinely care. They ask you, where'd you get your protein from? Where'd you get your B12 from? Where'd you get your calcium? Blah, 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 blah. But being the person I am, and I think to be honest, with the people that I grew up around, I was always told ask questions. So as I was, vegan, I asked those questions because I had those questions myself. I was going to school where I was told that a kid shouldn't go vegetarian even because you're not going to get your protein. So I was like, okay, well, where the hell am I going to get my protein? I already knew the answers because I spent hundreds of hours researching it. And even to this day there are some things that I don't know about and some things that I'm still learning about. Of course, life is a learning experience, and if you're not learning, what the hell are you doing with your life? So I answered them, and as soon as they did that, they're like, okay, fine. My parents were very, luckily for me, and I'm very appreciative of it. They were completely on board. They said, fine, we may not do it, but fine, you can do it. And my mum cooked vegan food for me when I wanted it. I still cook my own food sometimes here and there. Half of the time I will. If I want something different, I'll cook it. But I mean, my mum, like people always say, oh well, you're just getting your parents to do all the work. You're just doing. The thing is, my mum genuinely likes cooking, and I'm not just saying that because I'm a spoiled kid. Like I get that. I am super spoiled. The fact that I'm here in Chiang Mai proves that I'm spoiled. I told my parents, hey, you know what? Let's go check out a school in Chiang Mai. They were down for that. So again, I'm really thankful for that. My bike as well, just my whole life. I'm genuinely really spoiled. But I mean, I try and use that for the best that I can and try and give back as much as I can. So, my mum is super supportive, found me different vegan foods, found me different vegan restaurants, found me different vegan groups, and yeah, so that was a couple of years like that. My sister at the time was at boarding school, now she's at university in England, in Exeter University, doing English literature. At boarding school she went vegetarian at boarding school because it was the only option, and as soon as she got out, she went vegan. So me and my sister have an extremely close relationship. She's 18 now, almost 19. In August she'll be 19. And I don't understand how siblings can fight, but I guess that happens. Me and my sister, really, we'd never fight. We talk about everything we find important. From veganism to marijuana laws, to abortion laws, to politics. Recently with Brexit, we were just discussing that. Even if we don't 100% agree, we can have a civil discussion. So, my sister is awesome. Shout out to you if you're watching this. She'll be joining me soon in Koh Phangan. But yeah, she went vegan as well. So my family completely on board. My friends, yeah, some of them went vegan, some of them went vegetarian, some of them did that and then went back, and they're on and off and on and off. Some of them are doing crazy stuff. Now that I'm leaving, I'm not going to be as close to them physically and mentally. So I guess, you got to move on from life. I did what I think's best. I'm so thankful for all of them that have gone vegan and vegetarian. I kind of started shifting away to make, not anything against them personally, to make myself happier. I shifted away from some of the people that, were always eating meat and, didn't really care and wasn't really interested. But you make the most of what you got, most of what the people around you. If you don't like someone, great. As long as you're happy with yourself, that's all that matters. And if you got people around you that you like as well, that's an added bonus. But yeah.
So what's your biggest passion right now?
Definitely veganism. If there's one thing I could do on this earth, it would make everyone go vegan. It would be great for the animals, great for the earth, great for everyone's health. It would just be amazing. I have so many passions in so many different aspects of life. Whether there's veganism, environmentalism, which I guess relates human rights right now. I don't know if I can really talk about it that much, but I lived in Bahrain, a small island country in between Saudi and Iran in the Persian Gulf. Lots of political situations. I'm not going to talk too much about it, you can do your own research. But human rights there is a big thing that I'm passionate about. Human rights in general. Again, you can link that to veganism, world hunger, world thirst, war over resources, yeah, everything. The larger picture is veganism, and everything falls below that. Out of passions, which isn't really activism passions, triathlon and cycling for sure, and everything that you have to do, I make it become a passion. Like, okay, you have to eat, right? So I make good food, right? Everything you do it because you love it. Put love into everything you do and do it because you love it. And if you can apply that to your life, you'll be so much happier. You'll want to do everything. You'll be looking forward to the days. If you're carbed up, if you're hydrated, if you're exercising, if you're getting in those early nights, which I probably should be sleeping earlier, but since I've been here, I've been editing like crazy. But if you're doing all those things and you're doing what you love doing with the people you love spending time with, as I am here, you know, your life will just be completely different. My life went from, yeah, spoiled kid, pretty average life, thinking that I was happy, to realizing, oh my god, now I feel so much better, my fitness is up, my health is up, you know, I've met so many awesome people, and from the moment, you know, that I found Dorian Ryder's video on YouTube, the one about cycling tips, to this moment, and hopefully in the future, I'll be able to change my life, and through activism, whether that's speeches, whether that's interviews, whether that's my own videos, whether that's a blog post, anything, whatever I do, hopefully I'll be able to affect other people's lives like so many of the awesome people here have.
So now that you've been vegan for some years, can you explain what veganism is to someone who doesn't know?
Veganism is making the conscious decision to do the best you can for the world, which means not consuming or using any animal products. I take it further than that. I mean, yeah, okay, by definition that's what veganism is. But to me, personally, that's not veganism at all. Sure, that's part of it. Sure, that's essential, right? But I mean, it's caring about everything. Whether that's your fellow humans, whether that's the animals, whether that's a tree, anything. So, you know, for me that means no palm oil, I won't buy things that could possibly be made with slave labor. Even now, I mean, sure, I do have some clothes that were made in sweatshops from before I really learnt about them, but I won't do that. I broke my phone recently because it was on the... I'm an idiot. I'm pretty sure it was because I got it wet, because I had it on the side of my shower. But, you know, I was thinking, okay, well, I'm going to get a new phone, what am I going to do? I'm not going to get lots of these mainstream things because of conflict minerals. Again, I don't have time to talk about that, but do your own research, it will change your view on electronics in general. If I can do something that, okay, someone might have had to suffer for, unfortunately, which again, I hate the fact so much, but if I can get 100 people, 1,000 people to go vegan because of my camera, you know, I'm willing to make the sacrifice. Although it, you know, people criticize you for that, but people criticize you for everything you do. So, I mean, just do the best you can. That's what veganism is to me personally.
So how is buying animal products, how is that harming the animals?
Well, I mean, it's kind of like asking if I pay a hitman to shoot someone, how is that harming the person? Because you're supporting with your own money an industry that tortures, rapes, slits the throat of innocent animals that have done nothing wrong other than because you want to eat them. I mean, if I vote with my lifestyle towards anything, I'm supporting or saying that this industry is right or wrong, right? Whatever you do. If I buy a bike, I'm supporting the bike industry and I'm taking my money away from, you know, the automobile industry. If I buy vegan foods, I'm supporting those companies. If I buy meat, I am paying someone down the chain through supply and demand. Very basic. You buy more meat, the demand for meat goes up. Therefore, they raise the supply, right? It's not a rare commodity because you can breed animals and kill them, and that's unfortunately how it is. So my advice to anyone would be, do your research and go vegan. Every single thing you do, remember that is a vote for what you believe in. Whether you're paying for it, whether you're not, whether you're just doing the action, whether you're telling other people about it, educating people, everything you do is a vote. So vote for what you know is right or what you believe is right.
So what do you say when people wonder about humane killing and stuff like that, and free-range eggs and organic milk, it's grass-fed and stuff like that?
Ask yourself this, right? Is killing a human wrong? Yes. Is killing a human if you kept them in a cage their whole life and bred them into the world to be killed wrong because you want to eat them? Yes. What if I fed them the best food in the world? What if I gave them a mansion, right? What if I let them roam around in the fields, right? Then would killing them be okay? I mean, it just boggles my mind. No matter what you do, exploitation is wrong. Whether that is to the point of killing an animal, raping an animal, harming an animal, whether it's something like that, whether you're ripping someone off at a store, whether you tell someone, hey, can you work for me, and you know, like, let's say I owe you a bit of money, and instead you say, why don't you clean my bike, right? Yeah, and let's say I owe you 50 baht and it costs 50 baht to clean your bike, just an example. And I clean your bike, but then you're like, oh no, I want you to clean 10 bikes. You're just exploiting me because I owe you something in the first place. Whether it's something like that or whether you're genuinely just being a douchebag and killing an animal, right? Exploitation is wrong no matter how nicely you treat them up to that. any form of exploitation, any form of harm is always going to be wrong. Lots of people say, well, what do you think about meat eaters? Do you think they should be punished for it? There's a difference between being a conscious meat eater and an unconscious meat eater. Again, I went vegan when I was 11, almost 12. For the first 11 years of my life, I had no idea about veganism. That's why, you know, I was crying my eyes out when I watched Earthlings, because I had no idea. If you come across this video, you have no excuse afterwards to not do your own research and not eat meat. Up to this video, maybe you could get away with it because you didn't know. There are lots of things I don't know. Don't expect me to do things that I don't know, but come to me and educate me. I'm not saying this to make meat eaters or vegans look good or bad on either side. I make videos, I accept doing interviews with people because I love it, because I think it makes a difference in this world, and I genuinely believe that it will benefit everyone involved.
So if you could speak to the billion animals that are locked up right now, what would you say to them?
I'm sorry. I'm, on behalf of myself in my first 11 years, on behalf of everyone that has ever eaten animals, on behalf of everyone that still eats animals, I am so sorry. I wish I could do more. I'm doing what I can do right now. I am trying to help you so much. There are so many people here, all the people over here, including yourself, right? All these people and millions more, literally millions more, are trying to get you guys free, trying to let you guys live the life you guys deserve. You guys haven't done anything wrong, and I love you so much. I will keep fighting until the day I die, whether that means I get assassinated or put in prison, or nothing happens and I live a long, happy life, right? I am going to use my life to hopefully give you guys life. We will keep fighting, and one day, I promise you, same thing with women's rights, same thing with slavery, same thing in many countries with gay rights. Even though we may not win every single battle, we will win the war eventually, just as women did for their rights, just as blacks did for their rights, just as gays, homosexuals, whatever you want to call them, transgender, all these like LGBT community in general have in so many countries. You know, just ever so recently, we will do the same thing for you. There are so many people all around the world. We are making a difference. I promise you guys that no matter what, we will keep fighting for you, because you have done nothing wrong, and as decent human beings, you know, we understand what you deserve, and we appreciate you for what you are, innocent, sentient beings.
So what is the best thing about being vegan?
Oh god, the best thing for me personally is feeling like I've made a difference. I feel like even though I've only made a couple tens or possibly a couple hundreds of people vegan, or at least think about veganism, I know that personally I have made a difference for the earth and for the animals and for individual people's health as well, for whatever reason they do it. I feel like I can make a difference. And a close second would be this. All the people, meeting new people, realizing who's in it with me, realizing who truly are my friends, who are the fake people, and how to love life. That's it.
Thank you. I really hope you enjoyed that interview, and if you want to see more of Kevin the Vegan is his YouTube, just Kevin the Vegan, and he puts up regular videos. And if you want me to make more interviews, please give this video a thumbs up and I'll try and make more. I have one more with Forever Vegan and his sister, the Vegan Dancer Girl, that's coming up soon. And don't be afraid to subscribe. I will keep making videos as long as you're enjoying them. So please let me know what you think, and I'll see you in the next video.